Anjali, we can start.
Okay. Am I audible? Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to each one of you on behalf of Sarkari School and Project Vedana. It's an honor and pleasure to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the World Menstrual Hygiene Day and shed light on the essential topic that affects half of the population, that is menstruation. Menstruation, a natural biological process that occurs in the lives of women and girls, has been surrounded by myths, taboos, and misinformation for far too long. It is a topic that has often been shrouded in secrecy and silence, leading to countless misconceptions and an unjust burden on those who experience it. I would like to acknowledge the significant contributions made by Project Vedna by organizing this research article writing competition and giving a platform to our fellow participants to express their views on how to reduce the number of girls dropping out of school due to menstruation. Before leading to the event, I would like to talk few words about Sarkari School. Sarkari School is an initiative of We Citizens Foundation devoted to creating a bright future for the students of India, especially from marginalized communities. There exists today a shadow of stereotypes around Sarkari schools and their impact, a poor narrative that overlooks their success and focuses solely on the inadequacies. Sarkari School aims to shift this narrative by equipping the readers with facts and stories of resounding success and hope. It aspires to begin constructive dialogue between educators, policymakers, and teachers, amalgamating all ideas and efforts into feasible solutions and social change. As we all know, menstruation plays a biggest role in every woman's life. It is a high time that narrative around menstruation must shift from shame and secrecy to one of empowerment and success in education, empowering women and girls to embrace their bodies and celebrate their uniqueness. Project Vedna under Sarkari School works on the similar line, and with this, I would like to invite our next anchor, Yashasvi, to introduce Project Vedna. Thank you.
A healthy good morning to one and all. I'm the Yashasvi, the project lead of Project Vedana, and I'm here to introduce you about Project Vedana. Project Vedana and the Sarkari School and We Citizens Foundation is working relentlessly to unshackle the chains of embarrassment and open the wings of embracement. Project Vedna aims to create awareness about menstruation among the people and to reduce school dropout rates and school absenteeism in girls after and during menstruation in rural and backward areas through active participation of youth to reduce stereotypes and taboos around menstruation. Few initiatives of Project Vedna are Gift a Pad campaign, where we tend to gift sanitary napkins to low-income group women and needy women. The other is Talk Without Constraints, where we engage with youth to share their period-related stories. And other, it's the YouTube live session, and the other one is the Vartalap series, which is an Instagram live session where we invite professionals and ground level workers who are creating profound impact in reducing school absenteeism during menstruation. So now I would like to call Reva, who will introduce us with the article writing competition. Over to Reva.
Hi everyone. Recently, the Supreme Court directed the central government to implement a uniform national policy on menstrual hygiene, which included the distribution of free menstrual pads to students to tackle the problem of girls dropping out of school due to lack of access to sanitation facilities, menstrual products, and the stigma associated with menstruation. Actually, dropping off school has become a major problem in the society in India. On an average, girls miss 6 days worth of classes each month, which leads to a 23 million girls dropping out of school annually. So, recognizing this as a real issue, Sarkari School took this as an opportunity and it announced Rachna, which is a research article writing competition. Here, the participants were invited to write an article where they would suggest policies that can be implemented on a national level and save the girls and keep them educated in India. We are very glad to announce that we got over 250 registrations from the social media platforms like Unstop, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Our evaluators very carefully evaluated the articles, and we have the top 20 best articles from our competition, and the participants will be presenting their articles to share their views and thoughts. So I would now like to hand over it to Anjali to announce our first participant.
Thank you so much, Reva. So, our first participant is Rishika Sharma. Having recently graduated from Indira Gandhi Technical University for Women with a degree of BBA, she specializes in human resources. One area she is truly passionate about is communication skill and is determined to continually enhance this skill set. Recently, she had an amazing opportunity to participate in a program organized by Sarkari School, which focused on increasing awareness and knowledge about menstruation. This experience has not only enriched her understanding but also sparked her enthusiasm for upcoming competitions. She is keen to engage in more events and continue her personal and academic growth. Thank you. I would like to Rishika to present her article now.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone. There might be some internet issues at my end. I am actually traveling to Raipur. My dad got transferred here, so I'm really sorry for that. But anyways, a very good morning everyone. My name is Rishika Sharma. I am a BBA graduate from Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women. Uh, I would like to extend my warm welcome to each one of you on the occasion of Menstrual Hygiene Day. I am just sharing my screen. One second. Thank you so much. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. A very good morning, everyone. My name is Rishika Sharma. I am a BBA graduate from Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women. Today, I would like to extend my warm wishes to each one of you on the occasion of Menstrual Hygiene Day. I have the privilege of presenting a brief presentation on menstrual hygiene, so let's get started. Today, we are meeting Ram and Geeta, who are on a train journey to meet their two friends, Rani, who lives in rural areas of India, and Seema, who lives in urban areas of India. On the occasion of Menstrual Hygiene Day, they are going to visit them and discuss how do they take care of themselves when they get their periods. So let's get started. We are meeting Rani. Rani lives in rural areas of India. In India's rural areas, menstrual hygiene continues to be a forbidden topic, a subject that is not discussed a lot in household, schools, and even among acquaintances. Women have to use fields to change their sanitary pads because they do not have access to clean restrooms. Even if they have access to restrooms, they are not in good condition. They feel very uncomfortable to do so. Women also use cloth as their sanitary pad, which is kept in unhygienic locations and is non-antibacterial, which again leads to additional of plethora of illnesses. According to a report by The Guardian, women use animal skin, cow dung, cloth, sand-filled old socks as sanitary napkins. In
Hmm,
2019, the Indian government launched Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendra scheme, wherein they sold sanitary pads just at rupees 1, as compared to the other sanitary pads that is available in the market from rupees 3 to rupees 8. 31.40 crore sanitary pads were sold till 30th November 2022. But this figure does not represent the entire women who use sanitary pads. In India, only 36% of India's 355 million menstruating females use sanitary napkins. Rest use old rags, husk, ashes, mud, and even soil. By the UNICEF, they also produced a very shocking statistics which said that 70% of the mothers consider menstruation as dirty, perpetuating a culture of shame and ignorance. Now we are meeting Seema and we are moving ahead with the urban areas of India. In general, urban locations have better facilities and access to menstrual hygiene supplies. Women have the option of purchasing a range of menstrual hygiene items from sanitary pads to tampons to menstrual cups. But again, These items are so expensive that it becomes difficult for women living in the unorganized sector and working in the unorganized sector to purchase them. Now we have discussed all the problems that the rural and the urban women face. Now we have to look at the brighter side. People are now discussing among themselves and educating themselves on social media platforms. Women are sharing their personal experiences, which again expands conversation on the table and raises so much awareness. A sanitary pad, which is made out of 90% plastic, takes 500 to 800 years to degrade. For this, incinerators in the market are available that transforms used sanitary pads into ashes, and these ashes can be used in making cement. We have to also thank our non-profit organizations, official campaigns, and social media initiatives for raising awareness on menstrual hygiene. We also have a few organizations that promote menstrual hygiene. The first one is the Amada Trust. They have a campaign named #Giver5, in which they provide free sanitary napkins to girls so that they do not have to miss their those 5 days of school. We also have NGO Hamjoli Foundation, which is situated in Pune, which is raising education regarding menstrual hygiene and wellness. We also have Humanify Foundation, which is providing sanitary pads and also educating women and raising awareness. Now, what are the policies and how can we make change in the society? First, to expand the accessibility, affordability, and innovation of feminine hygiene products, promote partnership with the private sector makers of menstruation products with the help of research and development. Second, ways to encourage menstrual hygiene that will improve the condition of female health includes offering feminine products which are free and sanitary napkins in schools, providing specific areas for menstrual product disposal and changing. Third, encourage programs that educate both employers and employees about menstrual hygiene. Menstruating workers may feel more valued and having their needs handled in a more accepting and encouraging way. Third, menstrual leave to be made available, which is also being followed by a few companies like Swiggy, Zomato, and Byju's. More companies should also opt to this policy. The fifth one, better menstrual hygiene practices can be encouraged by providing accessible clean restrooms with running water, soap, and sanitary disposal systems in public locations. And the last one, to assist the dispel stigma and stereotypes regarding menstruation, government can establish programs to teach and raise awareness on menstrual health and cleanliness in school, community centers, and public places. That was all from my side. Thank you so much for being such beautiful audiences. I hope you all have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much, Rishika. That was very insightful. As we know, okay, as we know, the power of menstruation lies not on its ability to create life, but also in its potential to create positive change, driving conservative, dismantling taboos, and advocating the policies and equity and dignity among the people. And with this, I would like to invite our next participant, that is Vaishnavi Raut. Vaishnavi is an MMS marketing student at Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute for Financial and Management Studies. She is an ambitious person. As a member of Anvaya community, which helps to develop CSR activities amongst people, she helped old age people and illiterate children. She was V4's volunteer for UNB India. Vaishnavi has become well known among her peers for being a leader in the field of women's issue and having a great desire to be involved in her community. I would like Vaishnavi to present her article now. Thank you.
Hello everyone. First of all, good morning, and I'm so sorry. Just bear with me, my background voice. So I'll start with my article. I would now say like what is menstrual hygiene? It actually refers to the practices and measures taken to ensure the cleanliness and well-being of a woman and girls during their menstrual periods. It involves using clean menstrual products, maintaining proper personal hygiene, and also managing menstruation in a way that is safe, comfortable, and free from stigma. Let's now understand what are the aspects of menstrual hygiene. I would say first is menstrual products. There are various types of menstrual products available, including disposable pads, tampons, menstrual cups, and maybe reusable cloth bags. It's essential to choose products that suit your comfort, convenience, and affordability. I would say next aspect of menstrual hygiene is personal hygiene, which is really important. And maintaining good personal hygiene during menstruation is essential. This includes washing hands before and
Did Vaishnavi left the meeting?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nisha. I am from Delhi. Currently, I am pursuing my BSc Nursing from Graphic Era University, Dehradun.
Nisha, hello. I guess Vaishnavi was facing some technical issues, and so is Nisha. Hello, Nisha. Is Nisha audible to you all?
Hello, am I audible?
Oh, yes. Nisha, just wait a minute. I have to introduce you first, and then you start with your presentation. Okay?
Ma'am, how can I share my screen after that?
Uh, just a minute. Yes, sir. Will share your screen. So I'll introduce you first. So good morning, Nisha. So Nisha has completed her schooling for School of Excellence Delhi. Nisha is a first year college student. Currently, she is pursuing BSc Nursing from Graphic Era University, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. She is also part of National Service Scheme in her college. She is interested to be a part of social field works and aims to contribute towards humanity and India. For the same reason, she has selected a medical profession so that she can help people around her. Thank Anisha, you can start now.
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Nisha. So, as we know, today we are talking about empowerment in girls and menstrual hygiene practices, and thus to reduce the number of school dropout girls after menstruation. So the main causes of dropout from school in for girls is lack of education, lack of interest, and lack of personal and menstrual hygiene practices. And in many cases, the financial condition, poverty, and lack of interest also leads to them. And many families forces their girls to stay at home and marry at early stages. We should take an initiative. We should take an initiative to So girls do need education, as because of that they maintain hygiene practices. As poor menstrual hygiene practices lead them to many problems, and they faces very serious disease condition also. Urinary tract infection is the main and the common cause, and many children thinks that if they have to do the same work as their parents, so they will, why do they need to study? So they just drop out of the school. But we need to create awareness that no, education means everything, and they can change their future, and they can do a lot in the field. And as we have seen in many of the part of the countries, there is no so like proper facilities in the schools. So we need to create awareness in the schools also, that they should initiate new facilities also. And the teachers are not there, they are not having their lectures regularly. They need to do that so that they can educate their students. After that, awareness campaigns should be taken a step ahead in the school and colleges. School and colleges should also take a step to initiate that, and they should also contact some associations and NGOs so that they can share and aware their children's, and they can also take the youth should come forward, and they should go to different places also, so that they can educate their students. And I think that some app should be initiated, like where a student or everyone can ask any question if they have any doubt about menstruation, and what is menstruation, how it happened, and why it is important. So one point was that I think that there should be initiative so that we can bring equality in society, and by giving away the gap of the gender inequality. My question is that why do girls need to suffer alone? Because we cannot talk in public about menstruation. We should normalize talking about menstruation. Family and friends should come together and they should talk. And all the society member, they just laugh and talk if someone have stain on their clothes. So no, this should be done in a proper way. NGOs and associations should make some camps so that they can go there with medical support, so that medical doctor teams, they can do checkup in the village people. They can give them the awareness, and the panchayat should also do some initiatives so that they can arrange and they can do more awareness about it. Next slide, please. Yeah, not only girls but boys also need education. As I want to like to share something with you, like there was a single father and a girl only, and one day a girl was using the public transport and she got her first period, and everyone was just talking and laughing, but no one was there to help her. But a boy came and he took out his jacket and he gave it to her, and she came back and told everything to her father, and her father was happy and surprised that a boy helped her. So this should be the aim. We should educate the boys so that they can support and help each other, and the girls, and they should also do help in the house chores also with her mother and sister. What if it happens with your sister and your mother? Will you be happy? So we should take initiative. NGOs are doing a best thing. They are making campaigns, they're doing awareness programs, they are educating people, they are doing a lot of things. So we should also help them, and you should come forward. Government is taking initiative, but government should also make new policies so that they can help. At last, I just want to say that we cannot help everyone, but everyone can help someone. So we should come forward and do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nisha. That was very insightful. As we know, menstruation should be celebrated as a mark of womanhood, a time when the body undergoes a transformative process, fostering a deep connection between women and the cycles of the nature. And with this, I would like to introduce our next participant, Aswati Mundekar, a third year student of a Bachelor of Technology in Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology, Burla, is a hardworking personality. Along with studies, she has keen interest in social issues and wants to work for it. She recognizes the potential of technology to bridge gaps and provide sustainable solutions, and she constantly seeks opportunities to merge her engineering knowledge with her passion for social work. Through her studies, she aims to equip herself with the necessary skills to tackle complex challenges and create lasting social change. I would like Aswati to present her article now. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashwati. Thank you, Team Vedana, for providing me this platform to share my views on the topic how can we reduce the number of girls dropping off school and what policy can we formulate. Okay, so let me begin with a very short story. It was a fine morning, birds were chirping, the sun was rising with its full magnificence. Everything seemed quite normal. But she, She stood by the window of a four-walled house and saw other children go to school in full cheer. This made her feel low. She closed the window and sat there with tear in her eyes. This is not just a story. This is the scenario of 23 million girls who drop out of school annually once they hit puberty. For us, it may seem that there is light all around, but still, there are girls whose life is filled with darkness. The light of life, that is education, is obstructed by the walls of menstruation and a lot more issues. The hands which rose to give answers in the class become busy in the kitchen after they hit puberty. Girls in rural areas of India are seen dropping off school in high numbers during their secondary education. There are a lot of reasons behind this. The first one is menstrual health and hygiene. It is seen that generally girls miss 4 to 5 days of class per month when they are on their periods. This discontinuity gradually leads to a lack of interest in studies. And further, the scolding from teachers for not attending classes regularly leads to demotivating them and they eventually drop off school. Now, why they don't go to school? They don't go to school due to lack of washrooms or the presence of dirty washrooms that is not suitable for them to use. Situations in such situations, it becomes difficult for them to maintain hygiene and attend classes peacefully. Furthermore, it has been seen in surveys that people in villages still don't use sanitary pads but rather use clothes, which makes the situation even worse. Sanitary pads are a luxury product for them and they don't have enough money to spend on that. So, some other reasons which force girls to drop off school are as follows. First, people still think that utilizing money on girls' education is a waste of money and they don't send girls to school after primary education. Parents are not ready to bear the cost of education for girls and they wish to save that money for their son's education. Move on to the next point. The distance of school from home is another major issue. Often parents have to accompany daughters to school, so they stop their education after a while. The third issue is after a certain age, girls are expected to help mothers in the kitchen and domestic chores. So they are made to sit at home and their marriage is done as soon as they turn 18. So here we saw the problems. Now, if there's a problem, I believe that there are solutions to tackle that. So some solutions which I believe can reduce the number of girls dropping off school are as follows. First and foremost, improving the school's infrastructure in terms of washrooms. Washrooms that can be used by girls with a proper water supply and dustbins should be made so that girls can use them when they are on their periods. Further, as said earlier, sanitary pads are a luxury product for people in rural India. So, government schools should install sanitary pad dispensers which can be used by girls so that they can attend their classes without the tension of stains. Second, 71% of adolescent girls remain unaware of menstruation till they attain menarche. So, to tackle this lack of awareness, schools should come up with menstrual counseling classes so that they are aware about the changes that is occurring in their body and they don't believe the myth that has been passed on since ages. The third point is government schools should employ sufficient female teachers so that the girl students can reach out to their teachers whenever they are in a problem. And teachers should build in girls the confidence that they can approach them whenever they have any issues regarding their health or any misbehavior with them. The fourth solution is a committee of 5 to 10 female teachers should be formed in each ward. And these teachers should go to each house and ensure that the girls are getting proper education. If someone is not getting, then they should find out the reason behind it and convince the parents to allow their daughters for education. And last one is, as parents are reluctant to spend money on girls' education, so government should come up with some scholarship schemes for girls to support education. Furthermore, books and uniforms should also be given for free. Bus concessions should be implemented for students who travel by public transport. And like private schools, government schools should also come up with transportation facilities for areas that do not have a good transportation system so that this transportation problem is tackled. So these were my views regarding the topic. Thank you all for your patient hearing. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Aspati. Now I would like our next anchor, Lakshmi Priya, to introduce the another participant. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good morning to all. The first period can be met with either celebration, fear, or concern. For every girl, this signifies an important transition to womanhood, a time when they would benefit from the support of family and friends. I would like to invite our next participant, Twara Mankad. Twara Mankad hails from Rajkot, Gujarat, and currently studies at Ahmedabad, Gujarat at GLS University and recently completed her first year in BBA under the Integrated MBA program. She is an active member of the Student Activity Committee at her college. Additionally, she is a Kathak Visharad degree holder and a winner of one of the national level case study competitions. Writing has been her passion since childhood and would love to pursue the same. Public speaking add to her hobby and volitions. I would like to invite Twara to present her article.
Thank you. I would like to present my screen before you all.
गंदा लग रहा है इसको तो।
Is that visible? May I know if it's visible?
No, it's not.
May- It's just uploading. Sorry for the technical error. If possible, can I please present a few minutes after?
You can start now.
Okay. So, good morning to the esteemed judges. I am Twara Mankad. Today, as the world celebrates World Menstrual Hygiene Day, it is of prime importance to show the key highlights of my topic, that is, the realm behind the girls' dropout ratio. Undoubtedly, our country has soared great heights of success. But when it comes to literacy, there exist variations. These variations are in the terms of male and female education. Let's check the statistical data behind the same. The girls' dropout ratio, which was 1.9% in 2020-21, has gone up to 3% in 2021-22, and this is a worrisome number. So let us understand and dissect the problem. There may be various factors governing this ratio, and it is a high time that we solve them. The most dominant factor apparently seems to be the menstrual cycle which the girls undergo every month. About 6 days of school is missed by a girl every month on an average due to the menstrual cycle. In wake of this situation, the Supreme Court recently introduced the implementation of the menstrual hygiene by making it compulsory for schools to give free sanitary pads to the needy. If not dealt with, this situation is sure to have serious repercussions. This problem mainly exists due to the stigma that is associated with menstrual hygiene. What is it? The stigma goes that people often find it awkward to talk about this situation. Girls face very embarrassing situations around the people. The parents mainly believe that it's better if they stay home during those 3 to 4 days. People maintain a distance with her. Their willpower gets shattered. The time is such that this needs to be broken and addressed at the earliest. If we continue such practices, no woman will ever be able to voice her problems. A collective effort by both the schools and the parents may prove to be worth and wise. If needed, the girls must be able to approach the school management for her needs. Talking about the problems and enlistment must not be ignored. As quoted by Helen Keller, the highest result of education is tolerance. We need solutions, rather, a plethora of solutions for the same. Here I present some of my solutions which I find to be helpful. Menstrual education should be provided to the girls of classes 5 to 8. And first of all, we need to make girls bold enough to fight their own problems and voice their opinions. They need to be acquainted with the recent decision of the Supreme Court so that they can make optimum use of their needs. Also, menstrual hygiene has been included under the Right to Life Act, Article 21 by the Supreme Court. A continuous and close watch on the schools must be kept to ensure that the washrooms are cleaned regularly. Learning in hybrid mode, that is both online and offline, might save the day for girls, as even if they cannot attend the schools offline, they can cover the portion online. To conclude, I would like to say that there already exist some of the schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, which is an initiative by our Honorable Prime Minister. Additionally, midday meal schemes and have all contributed to the education of girls. There is no alternative to women's education. The earlier we understand it, the better it might be. When India celebrates its 75 years of independence as of 2022, we can at least promise an educated society to the nation. And there's no better way to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Education to women is sure to have drastic, unbelievable, and quick changes. Girls can get multidimensional benefits, and the dropout ratio might come down. Small steps may make a larger difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Twara. Many girls do not have complete and accurate understanding of menstruation as a normal biological process. Educating girls before their first period and importantly boys on menstruation builds their confidence, contributes to social solidarity, and encourages healthy habits. Such information should be provided at home and at school. Our next participant is Archit Shukla. Mr. Archit, a dedicated and enthusiastic second year student, is pursuing his Bachelor of Technology degree at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. Archit's academic journey at this esteemed institution is fueled by his insatiable curiosity and his ardent interest in the ever evolving landscape of new technology. With a keen eye for emerging trends and a proactive approach to learning, he actively seeks out opportunities to stay at the forefront. I now invite Archit to present his article.
Good morning and Jai Hind to everyone. I will just present my screen. Am I visible?
Yes, you can start.
So I am today presenting on menstrual stigma in India. So menstruation, a part of a process that is necessary for creation of life, is considered as something impure. All kind of stigma, misconceptions, and confusion have been created around menstruation, so much so that we even hesitate to talk about it. Lack of awareness. A study by UNICEF shows that 71% of Indian teenage girls remain unaware of the existence of menstruation until they witness their own menarche. Imagine the horror of a girl who just witnessed menstruation for the first time. Lack of education. India's school curriculum contains physics, chemistry, math, and all other book based topics, but it does not have a definite course regarding menstrual health. Not just schools, even the mainstream media does not care much about menstrual health. We have a net total of one mainstream movie addressing the issue of menstruations, that being Batman, and we have got no other movie or mainstream recognition other than that. Impact of Impact on education. Average menstrual cycle is of around 21 to 35 days, in which bleeding continues for 5 to 6 days. This whole week's worth of bleeding and availability of menstrual care product lead to about 23 million girls dropping out of school annually. These girls are the future of India, and we are losing on future. Economic challenges. On an average, menstrual product cost around 300 rupees per month, which is a big amount for rural women in rural areas. Not just the cost of these products, unavailability also contribute to the increased price of products. This leads them to use unhygienic alternatives such as hay or cloth, which often leads to infection and in worst case death. Health consequences. All the inaccessibility and availability of menstrual product cause death of approximately 800,000 women every year, making menstrual infection and unhygienic menstrual health practices fifth largest cause of women death. The stigma. Despite menstruation being a natural process and unhygienic practices causing so many deaths annually, we still hesitate to talk about it normally. We still live in a society where alcohol is sold openly and sanitary pads are wrapped in newspaper and black polythene, as if they are something illegal. So what can be done regarding this? There should be a national awareness tab. Stigma around menstruation is so deep rooted in our mindset. We will need a nationwide awareness drive to get rid of it, including boys, girls, adults, childs, everyone. Individual effort. At an individual level, we should take a stand against stigma and promote open discussion. Government initiative. Government should ensure free availability of menstrual products in government hospital and government school. Similar to midday meal scheme, free menstrual products are also necessary to ensure good health of girls. Change in curriculum. There should be a comprehensive education about menstruation from an early age, irrespective of gender. Conclusion. All the stigma hesitation has caused millions of millions of women and has caused irreversible damage to India's future. We cannot afford to lose anyone. Let's join forces and eradicate this stigma once and for all and make school life and life in general more enjoyable for mothers and sisters. As my closing sentence, I would just like to say menstruation is a natural process. Let's just treat it like. Thank you.
Thank you, Archit. Poor menstrual hygiene can pose physical health risks and has been linked to reproductive and urinary tract infections. Many girls and women have limited options for affordable menstrual materials. Providing access to private facilities with water and safer low cost menstrual materials could reduce urogenital diseases. Our next participant is Vadini Gupta. A graduate with honors in English from Patna Women's College, is a thoughtful and creative poetess who is continuously seeking new ways to expand her horizon. And by that, she is actively challenging herself by pushing the boundaries of her creativity. In addition to her passion for poetry, she is also a talented painter, allowing her to further manifest her thoughts and feelings in a different form. I would now invite Vadini to present her article.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. This is Vadini Gupta, and the title of my presentation is The Modern Tragedy Regarding Menstruation. In this presentation, I'll be talking about obviously the topic for today, menstruation. Wait a second, is it not? Wait a second, there is a technical error. Can you see the screen? Okay, so I think it is visible. So
Yes,
this
it
is
is
Vadini
visible.
Gupta, and I'm going to be introducing you. In this article, I will be Good morning, everyone. So the title of my article is The Modern Tragedy Regarding Menstruation. And in this presentation, I will be introducing you to the problem. Then we will go to the archaic notion towards menstruation, which is in the mind of probably most of the people in our country. Then we'll move on to see how it is a restricting factor in education, and then we will go on to see how to resolve the problem. It went a slide ahead. You have to come back. Introduction. Yeah, be it in science, literature, astronomy, cinema, or cricket. We have many women achievers in every sphere. Through their stellar achievements, they have marked their presence in almost every field, and their contribution is supreme to the nation and to the world. But the numbers would have been greater if the difficulty faced during menstruation won't be so restricting for them. On an average, girls miss 6 days of word school classes each month, which leads to whooping of 23 million girls out of the school annually. And this is significantly affecting the number of girls dropping out of school. Now, the archaic notion towards menstruation. The notion says that female body is shrouded in mystery and shame, so much so that the natural biological process, such as menstruation, is subjected to social stigmas, taboos, superstitions, and whatnot. With the archaic notion of menstruation being impure and unwanted, the basic right of education for girl child seems luxury for them. And hence the lack of knowledge about the topic leaves the girls to be uh, damsel in distress, and hence they become an ideal prey for superstitious mind to feed upon. Hence leading to a number increase in the number of girls dropping out of school each and every year. Then the next slide is the next slide. I'm sorry for the technical error, but menstruation. Now the next slide. Now we are going to see how it is a restricting factor for education. We are going to talk about this in points. The first being traveling. Imagine you're a girl from hinterlands of India and you're traveling to your school on foot every day. We all know that during menstruation we feel pain also, and the traveling process is very hectic and painful process. That becomes a very challenging thing for a little girl to do. Then we move on to taboo. Now, Indian society is holding high the flag of menstruation to be the taboo. And do not go there, do not eat this, do not go to temple, do not speak it out loud. There are a lot of things about this topic which is a taboo and which is stopping ourselves to be open about this topic. Then the third is lack of awareness. I would like to talk about lack of awareness with the help of an example, which with the case of a murder of a 12-year-old girl, which happened on 10th of May, 2023, where a 12-year-old girl was brutally murdered by her own brother because she could not explain the menstrual blood on her bed. And because of that, she was killed brutally. Hence, we can say, yes, the lack of awareness is indeed lethal. Now, lack of sanitation. I think lack of sanitation is the bare minimum to ask. If it is not there, you cannot want or you cannot ask for anything else because sanitation is the bare minimum. Now, the next slide. Now, how to resolve these problems that we have? Now, we have a lot of problems regarding this. First, women are not having the proper education, sex education, and also they feel very embarrassed when they go out and talk about this topic because of all the taboos and stigma regarding this topic. So there should be special camp for people to aware them, to make them aware of all the situation. And by people, I do not mean just girls, I mean all the members of the society. Then government recently said that they will be distributing sanitary napkins. But I personally feel, and I think all the girls out there who are using menstrual cup will agree to me that menstrual cup is something which will change the experience of menstruation completely. It makes the experience very much comfortable. It is reusable, and you can just take it to anywhere. Now, the third is clearing the belief system of the members. I think all the members of this society contribute to the mental health of the girl, and hence which impacts to her physical health also. So their belief system must be cleared also. Now there should be a separate sections for girls outside the school. And why I'm saying outside the school? Because there might be girls who might not be attending school, not because of menstruation, but because of any other problem or because of menstruation also. So they should be also aware of this topic. There should be special camps or sections for them outside the school also. Then we have researchers. We all know that how uh, before some years menstrual cup came and it revolutionized all the what we say it revolutionized the period experience for us. So in that light, researchers should be encouraged to a good extent. They should be funded so that new products like that can come up into the market and make our life more easier. Then one more is toll-free number. Toll-free number, because we are all aware of the taboos and stigma related to the topic. Girls feel uh, conscious about asking it to anybody on face to face, and they feel conscious about asking it to anybody or even mentioning this topic. For that, we should have a toll free number on which those girls or even anyone, like any woman, any man, or anyone on the society can call, and they can get their solution, or they can get the solution for their queries. And the last is proper waste management facilities. The government has also promised to take initiative to ensure proper waste management facilities. Again, it is the basic and the bare minimum. Without this, we cannot ask for anything else. This is the minimum that we should have and provide to the girls in our school. Now, education. Now we talk about menstruation or we talk about anything regarding to girls' life. Education becomes a very important part of their life. Education is the steel rod through which the stigmas, myths, and taboos can be broken for the next generation to come. It gives us the power to understand, analyze, and create our own opinion about anything. So ultimately, it will be the weapon through which we can build a good future for our next generation. Thank you. That was all.
Thank you, Vadni. Girls and women with disabilities and special needs face additional challenges with menstrual hygiene and are affected disproportionately with lack of access with water and materials to manage their period. Our next participant is Asta Munga. Asta Munga is pursuing a Bachelor of Arts degree with honors in journalism. Profoundly devoted to uplifting underprivileged youth, she has exhibited an unwavering ardor for this noble cause. Moreover, her enduring curiosity towards matters pertaining to women and their multifaceted challenges has been accompanied by an unwavering determination to actively participate in community initiatives. I now invite Asta to present her article.
Thank you very much. Uh, Now let's begin with the article. Today, on this momentous occasion of World Menstrual Day, we gather here to shed light upon a critical issue that continues to plague our society. The unfortunate phenomena of girls dropping out of schools in India due to the stigma around menstruation. It is imperative that we address this issue head on, for not it only hampers the education and development of young girls, but also perpetuates a cycle of inequality. As we delve into this topic, let us acknowledge the significance of language in conveying our message. Words have the power to ignite change, and it is through this their artful arrangement that we can inspire others to take action. This permit me to engage your minds with a tapestry of creative and attractive, yet professional and sophisticated vocabulary. In the vast tapestry of Indian society, the threads of tradition are woven deeply. which resulting in an intricate design that inadvertently marginalizes women. One such threat is the topic of menstruation, a natural and inevitable occurrence in a woman's life. However, due to age old beliefs and taboos, young girls find themselves at the crossroads of shame and ignorance. Imagine a young girl brimming with dreams and aspirations, suddenly finding herself in the tangled webs of silence and secrecy. She is coerced into a conventional cycle, a beautiful dance of biology, while simultaneously grappling with its demands. The discomfort and embarrassment she endures are the harsh brushstrokes on the canvas of her education. Education, the beacon of progress and empowerment, should be a sanctuary free from discrimination and prejudice. Yet, across our nation, girls face an unfortunate reality: the shackles of societal expectations, forced upon them like iron chains, clasp their potential and impeding their journey towards enlightenment. Today, we must challenge the norm, disrupt the silence, and weave a new narrative. The education of a girl child should be nurtured, not hindered, by the rhythms of her body. Let her uplift and empower the next generation of women, ensuring that they are not confined to the limited boundaries imposed by their menstrual cycles. It is incumbent upon us, the torch bearers of progress, the youth, to eradicate the shadows of shame and ignorance that haunt our society. Through education and awareness, we can dismantle the stigma around menstruation and pave the way for inclusive future where every girl can embrace her biology without fear or hesitation. Allow me to delve further into the reasons behind girls dropout in India. Firstly, the societal stigma attached to menstruation plays a significant role in perpetuating girls' dropout rates. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. It's time we shake the shackles of stigma and embrace the beauty of this natural process. Let us create awareness campaigns that educate both girls and boys about menstruation, fostering a sense of empathy and understanding. Financial constraints often force families to prioritize their resources, with education taking a backseat. To quote the renowned author Roald Dahl, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Let us conjure up magical solutions that alleviate the financial burdens associated with education, providing scholarships and incentives specifically tailored to support girls, ensuring that they have equal access to schooling. Additionally, limited access to proper sanitation facilities poses a significant challenge for girls during menstruation. As the acclaimed entrepreneur Elon Musk once said, some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. Let us embrace change by constructing clean and safe sanitation facilities in schools, empowering girls to manage their menstruation hygienically and comfortably. Furthermore, the lack of comprehensive sexual education exacerbates the dropout crisis. To quote the legendary poet Maya Angelou, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Let us do better by incorporating comprehensive sexual education into the school curricula, ensuring that girls are equipped with the knowledge and resources to navigate their reproductive health confidently. And as the previous participant stated this example, I would like to say the same example where a 10-year or 12-year-old girl was murdered by her own brother just because he wasn't aware. Lastly, societal expectations and gender roles restrict girls' aspiration and limit their educational opportunities. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. The influence of activist Gloria Steinem once equipped. Let us challenge these norms that stifle our girls and advocate for gender equality, providing equal opportunities and encourage girls to pursue their passions without fear or judgment.
In conclusion, my fellow advocates of change, let us dare to be different, to be the spark that ignites a revolution in girls' education in India. Let us celebrate their strength and resilience and potential. As Albert Einstein brilliantly said, education is not learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Let us train the minds of our girls, enabling them to conquer the world with their wisdom and brilliance. Together, through awareness campaigns, financial support, improved sanitation facilities, comprehensive sexual education, and a shift in societal norms, we can build a future where girls thrive in education, unleashing their true potential. Let us march forward with the audacity to believe in a world where girls no longer face the harsh reality of dropping out due to menstruation. Thank you, and let us embark on this attractive journey towards a brighter and more inclusive future for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Asta. Many women and girls do not have access to materials to manage their menstruation, especially in times of emergency, natural disasters, and conflicts. In emergencies, UNICEF provides dignity kits to women and girls, which include sanitary pads, a flashlight, and whistle for personal safety when using the toilet. Our next participant is Srija Numula, a second year undergraduate student pursuing her bachelor's in management studies in St. Francis College for Women, Hyderabad, Telangana. Srija is a highly motivated and detail oriented individual with a strong background in research. She has experience in strategizing policies and has formulated strategies for gender diverse and inclusive workspace as part of a certified project offered by the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, IIT, IIIT Hyderabad. Some of her noted accomplishments in research include an article publication in IIM's official magazine and a research paper contribution as part of a natural conference. I now invite Srija to present her article.
Hello everyone. Hope I'm audible as well as my screen is visible.
Yes.
So I'm presenting on the topic A New Dawn. So I'm presenting on the paper titled as A New Dawn, addressing the issue of menstrual related absenteeism, and I'm from Hyderabad. Um, it's really disheartening to know that today what is making us a human is holding us back, but nevertheless the change is on the horizon, and I present to you my policy that I've formulated named as menstrual cycle empowerment policy. This policy would focus on providing a 360-degree support to girl students, especially in remote places of our country, that would go beyond the physical and infrastructural facilities. So this would act like a peculiar feature of that policy. It would aim at 4 different missions. Firstly, providing clean toilets, sanitary products, sanitary napkins, and products for menstrual hygiene. Secondly, it would work on providing education to each girl student about menstrual hygiene and also train them with utmost confidence to break all sort of stigmas. It would include yoga and other physical activities as part of their school curriculum in order to avoid any physical illness or issues related to irregular periods. At the same time, a menstrual diet. A menstrual diet is a very peculiar feature that is less known, but however, it will play a key role in every girl child's health. It would focus on providing them a meal that is suitable for the nutrient requirements like iron-rich food, omega acids, and also fiber-rich food that would help them stay nourished. At the same time, this would work on scheduling hydration as part of the school's curriculum, where every interval they would be asked to hydrate themselves. At the same time, take precautions to avoid any kind of excessively spicy or oily food. These 4 steps would really help in making the student healthy and help them come school regularly, as it would help them in overall development and also build confidence in them. And moving on, I would like to say that this particular policy might face some sort of challenges in terms of logistic issues or differences in ideas, especially in remote places. But all I would like to say is that when there is a multi-stakeholder approach where the community leaders, parents of the students, teachers, as well as the students come together to help this policy move in a smooth manner. This might act like a catalyst for change, and the each and every girl child might open to their full potential and would achieve outcomes beyond tangible and intangible outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you, Srija. Globally, 2.3 billion people lack basic sanitation services, and in least developed countries, only 27% of the population has a hand washing facility with water and soap at home. Managing periods at home is a major challenge for women and adolescent girls who lack these basic facilities at home. Our next participants are Advaika Pandey and Medhakrita Gupta. Advika Pandey, third year student at Symbiosis School of Economics, currently pursuing BSc Economics Honours, is a goal oriented individual with a drive for knowledge. Through volunteering in NGOs as well as interning with companies, she has portrayed leadership, analytical, and creative thinking skills. She wishes to work towards the betterment of society and the environment. Medhakrita Gupta, second year college student who is currently pursuing her Bachelor's of Science degree in Economics at Gokhale Institute of Economics, is an aspiring young woman. She possesses exceptional quantitative mathematical skills which enable her to analyze complex data and make informed decisions. She also exudes remarkable leadership qualities, empowering those around her to achieve common goals. With a natural inclination towards teamwork, she thrives in collaborative environments. Furthermore, her previous experience in marketing and sales equips her with a comprehensive understanding of market dynamics and consumer behavior. I now invite both of you to present your article.
It must be visible.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. Today, I, Advika Pandey, and my colleague Meena Gupta are present here to put forth a paper titled Menstruation the Taboo, How to Bring About the Change.
So, public policies have to be fabricated while keeping in mind a few factors, such as the target population and allocation of funds for the stipulated result. Statistically, India currently has more than 300 million women aged between 54 years, of which 71.4% of women live in rural areas and use cloth as a method of menstrual protection.
This leads to the root problems which we wish to address. Firstly, talking about the social issues, where stigma related to menstruation makes it a taboo, leading to women being secluded and considered impure. Secondly, health issues. Another major constraint to female students not being able to attend school is poor menstruation management practices, which leads to several health disorders like urinary tract infections, etc. Thirdly, economic constraints, which relates to the inability of rural women and girls to access the right resources due to monetary constraints.
So, understood the primary issues related to menstruation and its management, we can now focus on a secondary issue of reducing the school dropout rates of underprivileged girls. Any health promotion program must meet the 6A criteria. First, availability, making sure that the demand meets supply and enough menstrual products are available for each and every woman. Accessibility. Mere availability isn't enough. It should be well within the reach of the woman to be able to use it. Affordability. It should be pocket friendly. Acceptability. The understanding that menstruation is a natural phenomena and the usage of such products is very natural. Appropriateness. The policy curated should directly address the core issue and the relevant population. Awareness. Making enough people aware of the policy formulated so that they can reap the benefits of these policies. Now, the problems that we are focusing through the policies that we formulated are first, increasing in the school dropout rates in girls due to menstrual days, and the non-acceptance of menstrual hygiene management among the rural and underprivileged girls.
In our targeted approach to reduce the school dropout rates of underprivileged girls, we have come up with the following recommendations while keeping these criteria in mind. The main focus of our policies in order to achieve the desired goal is to educate the men of the family, owing to the patriarchal nature of most households. The current policy of the government might not be as effective due to the stigma already associated with menstruation in rural areas, and it is unlikely that our targeted groups would visit menstrual hygiene scheme centers to gather information on the same.
So, as for our first recommendation states, we would like to incorporate information to Hi, so, as for our recommendation states, we would like to incorporate information to our target groups through something more relevant to them. This can be done through the inclusion of menstruation in the SHG, self-help groups, MSME, and personal bank loans, structured explicitly for the rural people or the underprivileged. The reach attained through this policy will be directed toward the target population. These banks could ask for an attendance record of the female child as a requirement for loans lending, leading to a dual fold advantage, an increase in the number of girls availing higher education as well as better menstrual hygiene management, and can be easily implemented and is pocket friendly.
Our second recommendation would be the access to government facilities at a subsidized rate. The government facilities like hospital bills, ration bills, and transport charges can be provided at subsidized rates against the stipulated attendance record of the girl, promoting higher education for them. A spillover effect might also be seen on the fetus abortion rate for girls.
Business and panchayats also have an essential role to play in order to spread awareness related to menstrual hygiene management. They can be mandated to hold awareness meetings and give complimentary sanitary products to promote its usage and make them more acquainted with speaking about menstruation, thereby reducing the stigma already associated with it.
Additionally, the role of teachers in schools themselves cannot be ignored because safe access to proper menstrual hygiene management practices in schools and having supportive counseling facilities that teachers themselves can provide could be the key to a concrete solution. A parallel scheme specific to menstrual hygiene management can be formulated just like the midday meal scheme. There's another point that we wanted to raise regarding collaborating with startups and incentivizing the domain when it comes to menstrual hygiene management practices. If that is incentivized, more startups and more businesses will shift towards these areas and work in these areas since they're severely deprived.
So, to and can be easily incorporated into the and let's begin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Advika and Medhakrita. Now over to Ipshita. Ipshita, you can continue.
Yes, audible.
Yes.
Am I audible? Yeah. Next, we have
Our next participant is Yuvraj Chowdhury, currently a first year MBA student at NMIMS Mumbai, has always been a vocal advocate for pressing social issues from a young age. He has been involved with a plethora of NGOs. This involves hosting donation drives, staging events, and even coaching underprivileged children in sports for over a year. A perennial proponent for championing women's issues and rights, he has proved himself as a great ally. His degree in law provided him with the ability to legally help those affected. His efforts are persistent as he abides by the philosophy of always giving back to society. Yuvraj, you can present your article. Yuvraj, you are not audible.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so just give me a second to set the slide. You know what? It's okay. I'll just proceed without the slides. It's fine. Um, so, as someone who has never experienced a menstrual cycle or faced the issues at hand directly, I approach this concern with not only the intention to deep dive into data or online pieces, but to start a dialogue about it with the people I surround myself with. And it was through these conversations with both men and women in my life from different strata of society that I formulated a few policy pointers. Now, before deep diving into what policy pointers I came up with, I began by identifying what the problem areas were. That even though India has been progressing at rapid speeds in most socio, geo, and political landscapes, why menstruation still causes such gender disparity. And of course, the first one would be the fact that this is a social taboo. Now, why this is a social taboo could be related to traditions and myths which have been prevalent for times about. And most women I spoke to felt that the first few times that they did get their periods or anything along the lines as such, it was a feeling of being ashamed and dirty. And the second one being, of course, lack of awareness. Now, this is unfortunately having a huge cascading effect, which not only affect girls but also their families. Now, why does this have a ripple effect? Because causing a lack of demand for hygiene products and leading girls to adopt practices that can be detrimental to their health, causing pain and development of chronic health issues. This causes absenteeism and a drop in academic performance, ultimately leading them to drop out of schools. An astonishing 71% of girls were unaware until menstruation of what it actually was. And then the third factor being unavailability and unaffordability of these products. I feel like these reasons have been covered well enough by my peers. So I'm just going to move on to the policy pointers that I have created. The first one, of course, is a large scale one, which would be destigmatizing menstrual health. Now, this requires involvement. It requires a broader perspective than just schools, even though that would be the primary focus of my policy pointers. The This would require large scale action not only from the government but from society collectively. And the reason this has to be done is that this is one of the primary ways which we can remove the notion of conversations around menstrual health being a taboo topic on a large scale solution. Now, men and boys both have to be a crucial part of this. And how can this be done? Through campaigns, through nukkar nataks, which happen in villages, through distributions of materials, booklets, pamphlets in vernacular languages to ensure that, and even in Braille, to ensure that all strata of societies do get free access to this, and of course, uploading this online. Now, another way for large scale implementation would be through adaptation for corporate social responsibility parameters and getting the private sector involved. And get all this can happen through public private partnerships. Anything to do with the private sector and incentivizing them to invest in this issue would go a long way in reducing the capital gap which the government might face given our large demographic problem. And the fourth one would be, now when we deep dive into these schools, it would be the appointment of counselors and facilitators to those schools who are educated. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to appoint counselors who are primarily put in for this purpose. There could be teachers who have to undergo special courses. And the primary reason for this would be to create safe spaces for these girls to approach someone in case of them having issues, and just a whole holistic education of the people within even these rural schools. Now, to address the problem of unaffordability of hygiene products, this will again have to be on a governmental scale where they'll launch a scheme akin to what we saw the midday meal scheme, or even the vaccine maitri which we saw, which was large scale implementation of a government policy. Now, the reason is that this might help boost not only hygiene but also encourage the girls to come to school, increasing their educational rates. Now, this is not the only thing we have to focus on, because providing safe access to washrooms with clean water and is a step which prevents unhygienic practices and spreading of diseases. Now, installation of sanitary pad dispensers is, in my opinion, also an important step. Now, including sanitary education and safe practices as a part and parcel of the syllabus will be another step in ensuring direct permeability to all classes and sections of society, from rural to urban. Ideally, this should be done prior to beginning of the cycle to prepare both men, boys, and girls for what's coming. And now, implementation of safe, sustainable, and sanitary disposal of menstrual products is also something which should be looked on. And more than this, I feel like having a system of checks and balances, that okay, if you have implemented this policy, but if this policy is not working, what are the corrective measures that can be taken? It should not be something slow. It should be maybe once in 6 months to a year, where the government or any NGO or whoever has implemented such policies recalculates the steps and repurposes what's coming up next. And this is an issue that needs urgent addressing, as it is directly impacting a significant population of school going girls, depriving them of the right to education. The idea to create a policy strategy that provides a platform for school going girls to pursue their education with freedom, uplifting them out of a cycle of literacy and poverty. The bar of menstrual hygiene needs to be raised to a standard where girls are provided with the tools required to pursue their dreams and freedom. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuvraj. Our next participant is Aditi Pandey. Aditi Pandey, a determined and accomplished individual, is eager to connect with others. At 22 years old, she was the commerce topper in school and earned a gold medal for her BMS Honours degree from St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. Aditi's professional experience as an assurance associate at Ernst and Young has equipped her with valuable skills. With an upcoming MBA at NMIMS Mumbai, she aspires to become a remarkable manager, leaving a meaningful impact in the business world, carrying the torch of her father's legacy. Aditi understands the weight of her responsibility, even if it means enduring the searing pain on her fingers. Aditi, you can now present your article.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Oh, the fonts have a bit changed a bit, but that's fine. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aditi Pandey, and today I will be speaking on a topic that is of great importance but is often overlooked in public discourse. So, my paper primarily focuses on strategies that we can adopt to reduce the number of girls dropping out of school. So, the title of my presentation is Beyond the Red Tape Breaking Boundaries in Menstrual Health. So, let's get started. So before delving into the topic of strategies that we can adopt to reduce the number of girls, I would first like to create a proper stratification of the perception of individuals that people have towards menstruation or taboos in general. So I identified two groups. The first group is called the embracing enigmas, and the second one is called the silent stigma squad. So the first group, the embracing enigmas, they are a group of open-minded people who believe that they should be creating a very welcoming and proactive approach when it comes to the topic of menstruation, and they also engage their daughters in informative talk sessions before their menstruation so that their daughters can be fully prepared before their period arrives. The second group is that of the silent stigma squad. They refrain from acknowledging any kind of myths that are related to these, and they believe that it is a topic of myths and should be hushed down upon, and um, they are resistant to have any kind of open discussions about these topics. They believe that they should be only having this conversation when the need arises, which is often too late, because by that time comes the daughters are already very confused and flabbergasted, and a range of other emotions are evoked. So now coming to the policies that can significantly reduce these numbers, I we have five-fold approach. I like to call it the charm approach. So the C of the charm approach stands for counseling. Sorry, it's all messed up in here. It was not like this in my presentation, but that's fine. So the C of the charm approach stands for counseling. It revolves around fostering a proper environment wherein a child can walk in and feel comfortable in her own skin, which can be done through establishment of counseling cells, wherein she can be provided with a platform wherein she can share her insecurities, her discomforts, and that would greatly alleviate her concerns. Secondly, the C of the charm approach can also be extended to incorporate, community involvement as well. This means not only just inviting females in the procedure, but also having males in the procedure to dismantle the myths altogether. Now, the H of the charm approach stands for hygiene, which revolves around the school's cleanliness and how, by providing accessible toilets with running water, proper disposal bins, well-stocked supplies, and adequate privacy, so that the girl child, can manage her menstrual needs discreetly and comfortably. Because if she has to go around like 6 to 8 hours without having access to any of these, she would avoid going to school in that particular week where she anticipates that her period might be coming, and that would further impact her education, and that would further add on to her dropping out of school. Now, the third one is accessibility, which can be further categorized into four different types of accessibilities. The first one is physical accessibility, which is the provision of hygiene products, especially in the rural areas. The second one is economics accessibility, which is providing such products at a subsidized rate. The third one is information accessibility, which is dissemination of accurate and comprehensive menstrual health information among the masses. And the last one is social accessibility, which is about creating a very inclusive and supportive environment wherein everyone can feel included, and such topics can be handled very discreetly. The fourth one is resources, wherein we deviate from the conventional information sheets and pamphlets, and adopt a very creative approach called through comic books, because by using captivating visuals and narratives, we can spread the information in a very creative way, because kids of that age love comic books, and if you present the information in that format, they would obviously would want to know more, and that would supplement the accessibility and enjoyment factor as well. uh,
the last one is that of this charm approaches M, which stands for machines, which where we can install a pad dispenser or a vending machine in the school's washrooms, wherein because menstrual cycles are very uncertain at times, and if a girl child is not carrying any pads or any other hygiene products to school, she might feel very awkward asking it from her peers or her teachers, and the embarrassment factor kicks in. This would altogether eliminate the embarrassment factor and reduce her school absences as well. Lastly, I would just want to end by saying that the charm approach is still very external in nature. Change has to begin at home, because parents should be the ultimate people who should be involved in this procedure. They should provide the necessary resources to their daughters and educate their sons to break the myths. Together, we can break the chains and build the bridge to freedom, wherein a girl can pursue her education without any hindrances and take the first step towards womanhood with dignity and pride. So that was it for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Aditi. Our next participant is Tanya Rani, a first-year college student currently pursuing her Bachelor in Business Administration degree at Rukmini Devi Institute of Advanced Studies. She is an inspiring individual and believes in changing lives of people through her motivational speeches. She is passionate about writing and reading. An ambitious girl who has emerged as a leader among other peers. She possesses excellent communication skills and organizing skills. She believes in the power of pen and wants to remove the taboo around menstruation because it's as normal as breathing. I invite Tanya to present her article.
Thank you, Lakshmi Priya, for such a warm welcome. I request Ahana to please play my PPT. Till the time, a very warm good morning to one and all present here. My name is Tanya Rani. I am a first year student pursuing my BBA from Rukmani Devi Institute of Advanced Studies, Pritampura, Delhi. And Ahana, I request you to please play my presentation.
Please wait a minute till I get in touch with Ahana.
Okay, thank you. So here is my PPT. So on Menstrual Hygiene Day, let's break the silence, embrace awareness, and empower young girls with knowledge. Please play the next slide. Yeah, this one. Thank you. So dropping out of that girls miss 6 days of their classes because of menstruation is an alarming rate, because 23 million girls are dropping their classes for menstruation, and the numbers are seriously alarming. Poor sanitation in school hampers child growth and development. Just imagine a girl not able to go to school because she know that she can't go to school because there is no proper sanitation facilities. So she can't address her needs at school. So she stays at home to address those needs. Hence, all of these examples are negatively affecting a student's ability to concentrate and learn, because that girl can't go to its full potential. Moving forward to the next slide, how can we decrease the number of girls quitting off schools? So the very first has to be support from school and community, because I believe that it's very important. The people whom you are surrounded with in those days play a very crucial and important role in your life. So teachers, parents, and siblings can come up with a emotional support, a feeling of respect and care to support the environment of girls during those days, encourage girls to stay in school with respect, care, and emotional support. The second point we have is create gender equality. Obviously, the lack of sanitation facilities for girls is a clear example of gender inequality, as it disproportionately affects girls and reinforces harmful gender stereotypes and norms. This can lead to lack of confidence and self-worth among girls, as well as a sense of hopelessness about their ability to succeed in life and do great things to achieve their aims. The third point we have is relaxation from household work. It can be challenging for a girl to manage the menstrual pain, household chores, along with academics. So parents and siblings could come up with a help to help girls in those days, and so that they can do a less task than usual days they do. So making them feel comfortable and continue with their academics and not missing classes anymore. So in the next slide, addressing to the issue, we have some policies and strategies that could be put into place to solve the issue. The very first is build separate and safe toilet for girls. Construction of separate and safe toilets can make them feel safe and hygiene in school, so that they can come to school daily and they don't fear the hesitation to reach out to anyone because the washroom is busy or is clogged or anything like that. So they have a private and safe toilets to address their needs. The second one is conduct awareness campaigns. Teach the young girls about the hygiene and sanitation. Teach them about different menstrual products available in the market, like the tampons, menstrual pads, or menstrual cup. So also teach them the disposable method, like how a tampon is need to be disposed, how a menstrual cup is need to be disposed. Teach them with different methods so they don't face any problem when they are facing those phases of month very first time or any time they feel. The next up we have point is provide menstrual hygiene management facilities. By menstrual hygiene management facilities, here I mean providing disposable bins, pads to the girls of 6 to 8 class, and a very ignorant yet important topic, that is provide clean running water. Because suppose a girl is not going to school because she's on her those days and she knows that she can't reach out to school because there is no proper running water or sanitation facilities at the school, so she stays at home and address her those needs. So very disappointing again. So, Ahana, please play the next slide. Okay. So, at the end, I would like to conclude my saying by saying that menstruation is not a mark of weakness, but a symbol of strength and resilience. आगे बढ़ने दो उसे, उड़ान भरने दो उसे, क्योंकि जब लड़कियां उड़ान भरती हैं, तो दुनिया एक नया पैगाम चुनती है. धन्यवाद इंडिया. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. Over to Reva.
Thank you so much, Tanya, for that informative PPT. Now, next we have Surushri Ghosh. Surushri, currently pursuing her bachelor's in political science from Jadavpur University. Her interests lie in public policy, international relations, climate change, human rights, and feminism. Her hobbies include reading books, painting, sketching, and writing. She is also a member of the Net Impact Delhi University. She is currently volunteering at the Blood Connect Foundation.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. I'm very glad to be able to get the opportunity to present my paper here. So, my topic is the reducing the dropout rate of girls, a case of India. So, please present my paper in the PPT format.
Please continue.
Yes. So we have to see the second. This is the first slide where we see when various schemes like the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Abhiyan, which are aimed at gender budgeting of the entire schemes and also help reducing the number of dropouts of girl students. Next slide, please. So let us look at some eye-startling statistics. According to Times of India report 2020, on an average, 129 million girls were out of school at primary and secondary levels in India. Next slide, please. In 2018, the National Commission for Protection of Children around it states that around 40% of 15 to 18-year-olds were out of school. Among them, 65% were married off, and the rest were engaged in the household work. So, if we see the problem, there needs to be a bottom up approach for this problem. So firstly, we have to recognize the intersectionality of the problem. If we see menstruation, if we see across the various social and cultural factors, we will see that during the climate change, or where in India the rate of climate change, especially in the coastal areas of the Sundarban areas, the girls are more at a risk from climate change because there arises issue of hygiene and health as well. So we need to see the intersectionality and use our employ our schemes at targeted change and increase. Next slide, please. We all secondly we need to see that we have seen the reports of the National Commission for Rights of Children and Women. So in this report we can understand that there are two problems in this thing. Firstly is the societal perceptions, and secondly there is lack of awareness of rights. So we need to recognize the push factor. What is pushing them out of the schools, to drop out of the schools at a very young age? So first is the societal perceptions that women no need there is no need to go for the women to go to school or enjoy any facilities. And there are also, when there these schemes the government has proposed, these are aimed at bringing them into the schools, but retaining them in the schools is a huge. Because at the age of this
Okay, we'll
13
just
to
wait for
14 and
2 minutes.
till 18 and all, this is the primary stage for the Am I audible?
Yes,
So
you are
there
now.
is a
Please go.
menstruation problem, so we need to tackle that age that they remain in the school, and this can be done through the use of the functional toilets and building infrastructural facilities, and also for the safety of the women
Okay, let's just wait for a minute. Otherwise, we will move on to our next speaker. Okay, so the next speaker we have is Richa Ranj. One second. Richa Raj, a student currently residing in Bihar, studying in 12th grade with full dedication and passion to pursue her dreams in the future, likes to study and enjoys taking on various meticulous tasks, and multitasking in her forte is her forte and strength. She carries deep interest in creative arts, graphic designing, poetry, and delivering speeches. She finds writing to be an excellent form of expression which allows her to convey her thoughts and emotions in a meaningful way. She is currently aiming to do something great at the local and global level with smart efforts that effectively result in sustaining sustainable functioning of the entire globe. Richa, you can start.
I'm facing some issues in like presenting my PPT. Can you wait for just 2 minutes?
Yes, sure.
Is the PPT visible?
Yes, it is. Please continue.
So, hi everyone, this is Richa, and I'm here going to move forward on this occasion of National Menstrual Hygiene Day. I'm going to talk about the theme that is to talk about the policies regarding the girls dropping off from school at this stage. Since I move ahead, then we have some issues that is girl dropping out from school due to various other factors, which includes menstruals or other various factor like financial assistance and somewhat more. Some proposed measures that I would like to put forward is to provide free menstrual product and gender sensitive infrastructure at school level, so that ensuring a gender sensitive environment around the school. The second one is to have more and more female instructor and safe learning environment around us, because increasing female teacher will provide all the girl child to be more and more secure about what they are feeling, and they'll be able to share that more easily with anyone. The third one is to spread awareness campaign, to break all these social stigmas and social taboos which are considered as sins and myth, but to proof and spread awareness as these are not a part of sin, either they are a part of bloom. Fourth is that we had to provide financial support to the families who are in need, so that education is never stopped, and because education is a basic right to everyone, and educating everyone irrespective of gender, caste, greed is very very important. The next one is vocational training for the girls who had been dropped out and for somewhat reason they are not able to pursue again. So to offer them some empowerment skills like skill development and others are very important. Then comes preventing early marriages through community awareness, so that girls get the time to educate themselves and be the part of community drive and do the things legally. The next one is inclusive of circulum and parents teacher meeting. By regular parent teacher meeting, the cordial relation between the child, the teacher and the student will be more and more stronger, so the insecurity that the child is facing at this stage will not be undisclosed, but this will be discussed, so the solutions will come out of all the problems that the child is facing at related to menstrual hygiene or somewhat other. The last very important step that I want to discuss is about mental health support to the girl child. Due to various insecurity that we in adolescent faces, we have a lot of problems that are not discussable, which causes damage to the mental health. So providing counseling and support for the same is very very necessary. As we move forward, then I would like to show here some of the work that the team Sarkari School is doing in order to encourage activities that support this idea, like here how they are spreading awareness on menstrual hygiene, how under a lot of schemes they are gifting a smile under the campaign under Project Gudia or Sahyog project, how they are spreading health and hygiene being an important aspect of human life. Now, when we move forward here, since today is the National Menstrual Hygiene Day, so it's very important to talk about the multifaceted approach and collaboration that is needed to address girl dropout in India. The key strategies that we have discussed earlier are very important to be implemented and looked over to reduce these. The incredible ongoing project like Project Vedana's campaign should keep on going to stigmatize this menstrual taboo and promote rural girls' education. Now, I would like to take a few more minutes to express the gratitude towards Sarkari School and Earth's inspiring initiative by We Citizen Foundation, uplifting neglecting youth through selfless hero and transitioning affirmations. Their transformative work in schools and children's life deserving recognition. Let us join them in this movement and be this part. Since we come to the part, we should definitely highlight the point of their extraordinary work in spreading awareness, ongoing under a pad campaign making a significant impact, empowering individuals by providing essential menstrual hygiene has been their mission, and we should be a part of this mission and this community drive. So at the end, I would just like to say thank you to them to provide this opportunity to us and for their incredible work that they are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richa, for the very informative presentation. Next, we have Mehak Jain. She is a second year student in her undergraduation studying about business administration. Like every other student, Mehak likes to explore and try new things that match her field of interests. Among the various interests, she likes to take initiatives to help others through NGOs and organizations by trying to create an impact in the society. A leader in a team and a friend in person, she has a flexible personality looking on to achieve great heights. Mike, please come forward and present.
Hello, good morning. Just a second, I'm trying to present my PPT.
Should I present for you, Mehak?
Oh, yes, you can do the same.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Yes, can you see?
Oh, yes. So, good morning and namaste to one and all present here. So, as on this day, that is 28th May, this is celebrated as World Menstrual Hygiene Day. So, we are gathered here just to discuss upon the policies that we could suggest towards this campaign or towards this movement that is empowering girls through menstrual policies. Now, firstly, I would like to gather your attention towards the next slide, towards the issues that are currently present in India. Like this piece of news is dated 10th May, and this says that a 12-year-old girl died after she was tortured for days by her 30-year-old brother after he mistook blood on the bedsheet from his sister's menstrual period as the result of sexual intercourse. Now, this is not just about the lack of sex education that we have in India, but also to concentrate on the fact that the awareness regarding menstruation is so low that people misunderstand it to a level that people like girls are dying or and this case is related to Ulhasnagar in Maharashtra's area. And just to highlight the fact, the current situation in India is it is so low that people aren't aware of the fact what menstruation is, how menstruation process goes about. So these incidences are not too rare to find, but rather too often to encounter in a country like ours. Uh, Next slide, please. The next slide says that a few facts regarding related to problems faced by women. These are the facts, these researches are conducted, and there are other issues as well. You may read like a sample of 600 girls was took in Delhi, and 40% about 40% of them remained absent due to their monthly menstrual cycle occurrence, and 65% of them could not express what they felt just because of the anxiety, the shame, or whatever they felt during that period of time. This is not just it, the psychological, physical impacts are just examples that the girls face. A few girls could not share what they felt during that period. A few girls were uh, they were boycotted and not allowed to enter the temples. And these situations are almost experienced by all the girls in this world. And they could not probably speak out just because of the shame or the hesitance they feel during that days. So these examples and situations are endless. So we could just not even exaggerate things, but also think it like if you step in someone's shoes, that is the time when you understand what they actually feel. Next slide, please. So coming on to the what to the steps that government has taken. Yes. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please continue.
So now let us look at the initiatives that at present government has taken so far regarding these issues. Like government has issued a menstrual hygiene management, which is adopted by almost all the government departments and also private departments. The Ministry of Women and Child Development, they have objectified the issue in three ways: training Anganwadi supervisors and workers, reaching out to school girls through SABLA, or also known as the it is also known as Rajiv Gandhi Scheme for Empowerment of Adolescent Girls, and Integrated Child Development Services self-help groups under Mahila Arthik Vikas Mandal. And Ministry of Health and Family Welfare objectives, they have objectified in three ways. They are increasing awareness, they are increasing access to use of high quality sanitary pads, and use of safe disposal sanitary napkins. Now, I would like to give my few inputs regarding the issue that we currently have in our country. Next slide, please. My suggestion would go start through schools, because education and awareness, as we all know, is the first basic step to, start a revolution or change, or, maybe brainwash someone's mind. So education is something that you input in someone's mind, and the output is the result that we desire. Schools should conduct health drives. Very this is something very commonly done in our country. Also, I had these things in my school, but the frequency or maybe the relevancy should increase in all the schools. Secondly, supporting organizations and giving our sense, like the one in front of us is Sarkari School, and other organizations that also function internationally and nationally. So if we can't start something, we just need to if we can start something, we just need to give our few cents, we just need to give our few inputs to that. So joining these organizations can help the needy in a lot of ways. Switching towards more environment friendly products is something that is the need of the hour. uh, Products like menstrual cups, reusable pads are available nowadays, but their availability should increase to an extent that it is available to not only urban and semi-urban areas, but rural areas as well. And to make these products reach to the rural areas, the initiatives and campaigns should be undertaken just to promote safe and affordable products. Like apart from the government, there are NGOs and there are active citizens who consider this as their responsibility to help others, and they also function like they provide free sanitary products or maybe products at at a low rate, or maybe creating awareness programs, awareness campaigns. These are the initiatives taken by them, but uh, the frequency or the number of awareness programs like these in the rural areas is comparatively very low when compared to the urban areas. And I guess the rural areas are the areas which need the most help of people like us. Uh, the another suggestion from my side would be, like NGOs should increase brand collaboration. Now, what happens in brand collaborations is, when they connect through brands at though the brand is small or large, what happens is they uh, source products, and so the branding of that particular company is also increased. Plus, the because that brand promotes the NGO, or maybe promotes those people or whatever they are doing, it reaches to a large mass of people, and this indirectly helps in generating awareness. Plus, makes the availability of products to larger people who need them actually. And so another thing is period shame free society. Like we have we as in India have reached to a point where people are more comfortable than compared to the past scenarios. They are comfortable sharing, they are comfortable discussing, talking, but this level has to increase so that we are able to create a period shame free society. And for this, particularly, campaigns, awareness programs are going on, but their numbers should increase so that this awareness and this discussions that we have at our home, which will indirectly help a teacher maybe to somewhere teach that product, teach the teach the uh, topic about menstruation or maybe sex education comfortably in their schools and to their children in future as
Mehak,
well. This is
we
I've
are
just
reach. Mehak, excuse me, we are reaching a time limit. Can you please shorten your presentation?
yes, I'm just my last 3 points are just and community-based education programs also should be promoted. Just like a Sarkari school is doing, their initiatives, social media campaigns work a lot and help in increasing the awareness to a large extent. And menstruation-friendly workplaces are something that the women in the corporate sector usually face, and this should also increase. And tax-free hygiene products is something that is really important in our country, because hygiene products are still taxed, or there are sales tax and VAT upon it. I think the uh, rates should decrease, or maybe it should, if not completely avoid taxes, the rate should increase so that it's available to the larger people and they are able to afford it. Next slide, please. So lastly, on this Menstrual Hygiene Day 2023, the theme is to make menstruation a normal fact of life by 2030. The overreaching goal is to build a world where no one is held back because we menstruate. So hashtag we are committed. And I would like to conclude by saying that India has reached far away in this awareness generation, but it still needs to go a long way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mehak. Next, we have Shubham Pandey. A driven and accomplished individual with a passion for article writing, Shubham holds a bachelor's degree in commerce from Ramanujan College, Delhi University. His academic journey at one of India's prestigious institutions has provided him with a solid foundation in business and finance. However, Shubham's true passion lies in the art of crafting engaging, informative articles. Having completed his undergraduate studies, Shubham's academic journey has equipped him with a deep understanding of business principles, financial concepts, and economic frameworks. However, it is his unwavering love for the written world that truly sets him apart.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Subham, and I feel very grateful to present my article in front of you on this special day. Menstrual health and hygiene are the topics on which we used to hesitate in family and society. And But now, due to menstruation, girls have to leave their education. According to a report by Dasra Foundation, a Mumbai-based foundation, 23% of the girls have to leave their education because of inability of manage their periods in a school. So I would like to give few suggestions regarding this situation to the concerned authorities. First is obvious one, the availability of sanitary pads. The central and state government have to make sure that the sanitary pads are available in schools, and we can provide sanitary pads in rural areas on low cost, so they can afford them and use them. And we have to make sure the proper proper disposal of the sanitary pads. The second one is appointment of healthcare personnel. The government can appoint healthcare personnel in a school, so the girl can talk about their periods in the school for their so they can freely talk about their periods, and the personnel can assist them in handling their pain and provide medicine. Third one is separate toilets for girls. The government has to make sure that the separate toilets are available for girls, in especially in rural areas and in co-ed schools, so they can freely use the toilets. And the fourth one is spread awareness in rural areas. The government has to coordinate with NGOs and panchayats on a ground level to spread awareness about menstruation in rural areas. And the fifth one is provide sex education. Government has to provide sex education for the girls and for boys about the menstruation, so can they cooperate with them and help them and understand their pain. And apart from this, on individual level, we can we have to change our thinking about menstruation. We have to normalize this thing that the menstruation is every female has to go through the menstruation. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shubham. Next, our last participant we have is Ayushi Meena. Miss Ayushi Meena, an inspiring student with with a remarkable commitment to education, especially for women, her passion for empowering others and making a positive impact on society is truly commendable. Through her dedicated volunteer work with local nonprofit organizations, Miss Meena has consistently demonstrated a deep rooted desire to uplift unprivileged youth through mentorship and education. Her unwavering dedication and selflessness serve as an inspiration to those around her as she tirelessly works towards creating a more inclusive and equal world. Miss Ayushi Meena is an extraordinary individual whose actions and determination truly make a difference in the life of others.
Hello, good morning. Is my screen visible?
It's not currently.
Is it visible? Hello, is it visible?
It's not. Do you want me to share the screen for you?
Yeah, like I'm trying. I'll restart it.
I am share screening for you, Ayushi.
Now is it visible? Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayushi Meena, and today I'll be presenting a comprehensive case study on the issue of Indian female school dropout. The major reason, which in the findings, I have found out that the next slide, the root causes are poverty, cultural norms, gender-based discrimination, early marriages, which led to school dropout of females. But according to a research, 40% of women, next slide, 40% of females in the age of 12 to 17, when the menstruation period starts, they leave the school because they are not able to continue with the studies due to the lack of infrastructure and lack of awareness, health crisis which they face. To make these uh, I would like to suggest the changes that government could implement Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao with the menstrual hygiene scheme, which they have recently launched to get more reach and more participation for this. Because the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao has already reached to many audiences, so this could help to adjust with the menstrual hygiene. And next up is integration of public and private players like Whisper, Pari, more ads of them. Like recently, Helios, a watch brand, gave the all the males who came to the shop for shop watching, for what for purchase of watch, they gave them menstrual cup so that they can talk about it and feel open communication about their wives and like children. So like this is the way how we could use the brand image to increase the an awareness and encourage open conversations at schools, colleges, through teachers, family members, which create a conducive environment so that every girl should understand how they could not school dropout, but how they could continue the school and use the pads and everything. So these are my recommendations for the same. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayushi, for the very informative presentation. Now that all the presentations have come to an end, I am privileged to propose a vote of thanks on this memorable event. First and foremost, I thank all the 20 participants for their impeccable performance. I thank all the distinguished invitees present here for accepting our invitation. Last but not the least, I thank my co host for your cooperation in making this event a responding success. I thank all the participants for patiently being with us throughout the event. I would request you all to join the next session discussion with Vedana awardees. The Vedna Award aims to establish an award to commemorate young people and organizations making a positive difference in the lives of women who face discrimination due to menstruation. The award ceremony will also allow a meaningful discourse with such persons about their journeys and triumphs to persuade others to help combat oppression. So I request everyone to please join the next session now. Thank you.